Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Stand by as
Stand
we go live.
by. So we're gearing up, at least here in the U.S., for Thanksgiving this week. So
Yeah, see
kids
the
out of school. Oh, yeah.
sorry, Instagram. We'll get it right next time. I know last week was the same thing. It was just tough alignment. Let's see. Here you scoot a little
Just
in, and I'll
program
kind of
these
come
that
right
up.
behind you a little bit. But
All right.
appreciate you hanging in there with us.
So we wanted to bring something to you today that has to do with the holidays because they are approaching quickly, as they always do. And lots of things go into that. But before we get into that, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Leave us comments. We love them, feedback, anything. And if you have questions about the topic today, make sure you write them in because we will address them towards the end.
Yeah, we will.
Right? Okay, so appetite. Your appetite isn't about willpower, right? It's
Okay.
about hormones. It's about smart habits. It's about fullness. And today we're going to teach you how to do that and take control,
Yeah, I'd say control it a little
right?
bit better, right?
The right
Everybody,
way, the
and
right way, the
everybody can
healthy
relate
way.
to that.
Yes. So we're going to talk today about 3 tips to curb your appetite. And of course, this is during the holidays, but guys, this is year round, right? Because we want to make sure we're being consistent with healthy habits. And that's really what this is all about. So we're going to teach you a few little tricks and tips on how to do it with Live Good supplements, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, holidays. What do we think about when we think about holidays? Besides, family, friends, all the fun stuff, it's exciting time of
Yeah.
year, but there's constant food. There's excess sugar. There's alcohol, parties, stress,
Overindulgence, right?
yeah, lack of sleep, right? Staying up late to wrap all the presents. We know how it goes, and all the crazy shopping, and it's different schedules for us, which is all a wonderful thing. And we encourage you to take part in it all because that's what we're living,
Get
right?
busy
That's what it's
living.
all about. Get busy living. So most people don't realize that when it comes to appetite, it's actually controlled by blood sugar, gut health, like we talked about, fullness signals, sleep, stress hormones. So during this time, that's why this becomes so important because all those things are out of whack, right? I mean, we're not balancing our blood sugar properly. We're eating kind of erratically. Again, we're having more blood sugar, blood sugar. We're having more sugar, so we're getting different blood sugar or more blood sugar spikes. Sleeping less, stress hormones are kind of through the roof. It is what it is. But again, happy times of year. So we're just gonna again give you some tricks, right?
Yeah,
Ready? All right.
absolutely.
I have 3 tips for you. We're gonna start with number 1. My tip number 1 is control blood sugar and cravings with the one and only lean. Okay, so lean is our body. Let me move over.
Just a little bit. I'm watching the Instagram feed and it's just a little cut
Okay,
off half your
there we go.
face.
Lean is our body composition enhancement formula. So I want you to think more about it's not just like this crazy quick weight loss, right? We're doing something healthy and metabolically sound the right way, right? So the goal is if you're going to lose weight or if you're going to enhance your body composition, it's got to be here to stay, right? The gone are these yo-yo diets, these supplements that you take and you drop 15 pounds in 2 weeks, and then the moment you stop, it's right back there. Not only is it frustrating to see your weight go up and down, but it's actually very unhealthy. Right. So we need to be doing this the right way. So we're going to dig into lean and why lean is so important. Blood sugar swings equals hunger swings, right? So we need to control our blood sugar. So I'm gonna read some ingredients.
Cool.
Maybe I'll say my highlights.
Yeah, and we did a deep dive on lean
Oh yeah,
before, so if you and I saw that I watched the video again just to kind of make sure we weren't just saying the same thing again. But
right. Good
go
point.
back and watch it. It is super informative because it dives into each ingredient, which we don't have the time to do on each one of these things today. So
Right. But a few ones we will just
yeah,
bring up because a lot of
course.
times are things that, I mean, okay, let's start with berberine because I do know that almost all of you out there have probably heard of berberine. It has been marketed very
Widely,
broadly
sure,
as
talked about, yeah.
GLP-1.
Even though it doesn't do it like that, they say
Right.
it's a nature's Ozempic, which Ozempic is that injection drug that activates GLP-1, and that's a big blockbuster drug, a lot of weight loss. They call berberine nature's Ozempic, even though it doesn't
Right.
work on the same pathway.
But it is one of the
Blood sugar stabilizing ingredient. I
right.
think that's where it got it because Ozempic being
Right.
a anti-diabetic drug, that's where they really latched onto
Right.
to berberine
And it is the most researched natural metabolic ingredient. Like it
for lowering blood
really,
sugar and
yeah,
helping with insulin resistance.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it helps stabilize blood sugar, helps
Yeah.
with a craving,
Primarily, that's it.
right? So again,
Primarily sugar.
if we stabilize blood sugar, cravings go down. Simple as that. Okay. But again, it's not as simple to do it, but it's as simple as you stabilize the blood sugar, you have less cravings, right? So that was pretty simple. Glucomannan, that's a big one in our lean because it's like your fullness fiber, right? You drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
How does it expand?
So 100 times its weight in water. So it can really, so you really need to, and I said this before, but really need to make sure you're consuming enough water when you're taking lean. Or any fiber product, we have fiber out. So fiber too. I mean, just that's the whole point of it. It will expand. It will actually help you give that feeling of fullness, more
Right.
satiety. So
Right.
leading to less craving or less binge eating.
Right. And does it slow digestion? Is that fair to say?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, GLP-1 does. I mean, when you activate the GLP-1 receptor, which I guess in secondary, yeah, it could, because that will slow the gastric transit time a little bit.
Okay. And this is like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of the main ingredients why taking this 30 to 60 minutes before your main 3 meals, taking it in advance and hydrating well is going to allow time for that
Yeah, of course, you need to take
to
it in
expand.
advance. That's right.
And then you're not going to be able to eat as much, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
think ahead, make sure you do it in advance.
And there's a number of ways that, well, I guess we're maybe premature, but to activate GLP-1, but protein, healthy fats, eating like meal timing, like what you're eating with carbs or when you're eating them relative to carbs. But, fiber is a good part of doing that.
Right.
Like talking about the glucomannan, right? And it's.
Sure. And then running through a few others, I mean, we have hops extract, which I feel like that's a common one because companies were coming out with just that single ingredient itself as a.
Yeah. The hops extract is an actual potent activator of the GLP-1 receptor. It's potent, so it does work. Slightly different, but amazing ingredient for that, for sure.
And people really love it because of how it can act as like the GLP-1. I mean, I feel like that's
of course.
why. And again, guys, this is all in one, right? So I'm just, and then Caralluma, natural appetite suppressant, right?
Yep.
Kidney bean extract supports carb control.
Yep.
Chromium, lean muscle and steady blood sugar, right? Blood sugar is the goal. And then you just have your metabolism boosters, B12, green tea, L-carnitine, Shea de Bougre.
Yep.
So guys, again, this is all in one.
Right.
I mean, there's so many products out there that have like either one or maybe a combination of 2 of these, but you're getting all of this in one. So make sure, like, say you're going to your holiday party, right? Think about, okay, the holiday party starts at 7, 6 o'clock, take your lean, right? So you get there and you're already kind of feeling a little full,
You shouldn't feel like you're just having this, raging appetite.
Right. But I'll incorporate all of these, how to take right before a holiday party. And digestive enzymes. So those are in here.
Enzymes in there, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, wonderful things in this one little product. Again, we recommend taking it 30 to 60 minutes. It could even be 90 minutes. It really depends on your digestion. If you don't feel like it's necessarily working for you, you might need to take a little bit earlier because everybody's transit time in there is different. And again, like Dr. Ryan said, make sure you're hydrating, but taking it average 30 to 60 minutes prior to each of your main 3 meals. Okay, that's the goal. And it does work even better when it's paired with fiber and protein, but we'll get there. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Anything else on lean?
No, I think so.
It's a wonderful supplement, guys. It really is. Okay, number 2, use fiber to stay full longer, right? So we just kind of touched a little bit on the fiber in there, but we have our organic fiber supplement, which is 8 grams of insoluble and soluble fiber.
Right.
It's such a wonderful, wonderful product and so easy and versatile to take. And it can be taken more than once a day if your body, if you can tolerate it.
Yeah.
Depends on how much fiber you're getting from, your food as well. Expands like soft sponge, right? Just kind of like the glucomannan, helps you feel full, slows digestion, keeps you satisfied or satiated longer. And it does help stabilize the blood sugar, which equals what? Reduced craving.
Just move over
Me?
to the frame.
You just want me closer to you.
Love it.
Okay. It's gentle on digestion. I mean, super gentle. If you do have a sensitive stomach, and you're not used to fiber, just start low, half dose, half a scoop, and increase as you feel comfortable. Ideally, taking this 15, 30 minutes before a meal, right? Because again, that fiber's in there. It's going to help you feel full. So prior to the holiday party, let's just start to stack on. You're going to take your lean 30 to 60 minutes prior to leaving, and you're going to have a scoop of fiber, right? Okay.
Yes.
Next. I mean,
Yes.
fiber is fairly simple to talk about. And again, each of these products here have their own training. So that's not the goal of this training. So dig into it, guys, if you want to learn more. Wonderful stuff in there. And tip number 3, increase protein for natural fullness all day. So example, say you want to be so good and you go out to lunch and you just have a salad, but you don't really, it's all fruit or vegetables, maybe some olive oil, all good stuff, but you don't have any protein on there. You're going to notice an hour later you're starving, right? You're not satiated. There's nothing there to help fill you up. So you need to make sure you have your protein. It is the most filling nutrient. Okay, so think about your nutrients, your proteins, your carbohydrates, and fats. It is the most filling. And not to mention, we know that protein does so much more and is so crucial for so much, especially supporting our muscle and our lean body composition. But really, for today, it's helping you feel full all day. It switches your fullness hormones and keeps hunger low for hours. I mean, it's that easy, that simple. So it's also just a great thing to start your morning with. High protein mornings will leave you with fewer cravings throughout the day. So always like starting off good. Our protein powders are super low calories. So you might be thinking, why, if I'm going to go to a holiday party, am I going to want to add more calories on before I'm going to be overeating in calories? Again, this is to help prevent you do that. And it's only 100 calories, 100 calories for 20 grams of protein. I mean, very, very simple. So let's think about the stack. You're going to go to your holiday party 30, 60 minutes before you go lean.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make a smoothie or just whip it up with a frother, one of our protein powders, or combine the two. They're nice to combine, and add in that scoop of fiber, and you will feel wonderful. And you're going to go into this party without any cravings. You're going to have stable blood sugar, and you're going to enjoy yourself without overdoing it.
And I will say, you might want to try this. If you're not already doing this stack, then I would do it maybe a day or two or a few times before the party, just because,
Good idea.
Not to say that you would have likely GI upset, but it's a possibility. I don't want you guys cramping or just feeling something uncomfortable. But it is a highly effective strategy. I agree, 100%.
Right. But that's a great recommendation because you don't want to be going to a party and you might be wearing like
your belly's cramping.
or like a tighter dress and you're feeling bloated.
Right.
Not the goal. So yes, try a couple of days before.
You should do it anyway before meals. I mean, that's an effective strategy to get the right amount of nutrition,
right,
and reducing the amount of calories.
Right. Yeah, I mean, think about if you're starting your breakfast that way, right? Or you're taking your lean and then you're having a smoothie with your fiber and your protein. I mean, guys, you're setting your day up for success. You really are. So, yeah, I mean, easy.
It is. It is. It actually is very easy, and I think we've gotten to the point now where we try to we don't want to overcomplicate it because that's a very practical recommendation that I think is highly effective.
Right. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So, of course, we're highlighting, like I said, the holidays, but, really give this a shot, guys. Do it every day. You're going to have success. Start your morning off this way. Head to a holiday party this way. I mean, this is such a beautiful little stack right here. So.
And if you're doing the lean 3 times a day before meals, assuming there's traditional meals, that will also hopefully carry you longer. But it's the problem that I think most people have around the holidays too, is they have like cookie platters around the house or in the workplace.
Right, that would be damaging for you.
Terrible.
It's one of those.
So I can relate. Like again, nobody's immune to having cravings.
Yeah.
And having hard times with self-control around certain foods that trigger your reward center, and it's very challenging. There's no doubt about it. I mean, going back for seconds and thirds sometimes to the dessert tray.
Right.
I know.
But think about if your blood sugar is stable, the fiber is helping you fill you up. You're not going to want to go back for seconds.
Right.
You're going to feel so satiated and satisfied after that first serving. Right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it does take some discipline and some self-talk a little bit, to get yourself through it. I feel like it's still going to be a challenge for most people, but it's going to be a lot easier.
And the more you do it and the more you succeed at it, guys, it'll be easier. Like I'm that one that I can have cookies all over the house and I have no temptation. I don't know. But I wasn't
Not
always
making
like
sense
that. I
to me.
wasn't. I was not always like that. I was a sweet tooth.
I was prepared to talk about more about like body composition and things like that, and the fat versus the lean muscle mass. But I'm kind of glad we didn't bother with that. We stayed sort of practical in the recommendations, and we did talk more about it on the lean discussion. So if you guys want to hear more about why it's important to focus on lean muscle mass and that not always paying attention to the scale, the number on a scale is important, go check out that Zoom. I think it was definitely more detail
Oh, for sure.
in
But
that
you
area.
you will hear us say often though, like, if you're doing these quick weight loss things, you're typically you're losing some fat, but you're also losing a lot of muscle. And that's a bad thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's a great.
So because the body composition is you want your percentage of fat mass and fat free mass meaning your muscle mass and stuff, or lean mass, you want those to be in the right proportion. So if you're just losing weight and you're loving the number dropping on the scale, but what's really happening going on inside is you're losing your muscle and a little bit of fat just so the scale goes down in a number. I mean, that's not successful. So we always emphasize that. And when doing it like this, and getting your adequate protein and just, I mean, it's the right way. There's no other way. In my eyes.
No, yeah, and I always been lately been saying that the paradigm really starts with being overweight and obese, so you've really got to pay a lot of attention to that excess body fat. So the body fat percentage is probably a very real number that everybody should know. If
Sure.
they can get on it's like a souped up scale. It's called a bioimpedance analysis. But you can get on one of these machines and it can tell you your fat free muscle mass and your muscle mass, among
Sure.
other things.
And some of them on Amazon, guys, are not that expensive.
Those home ones are less reliable, but I still agree they're
Less
that
reliable,
right,
but once you can see how you're trending,
right.
right? So even if it's like got 5% error,
If
you're still,
Yeah, I think the variable goes with hydration status. So if you're consistent around
yeah.
that would probably be okay.
Did you see any questions?
Yeah, yeah. Let me throw on my reading glasses. I got my fat and muscle here just to illustrate how funny is that. It's about the same.
Oh, you did bring that
Yeah.
over.
Anyway, this is fat and this is muscle and this is the same weight. So you can see that fat consumes a larger area. And it's this stuff that would be hiding around your organs that you would consider visceral adipose tissue, the fat that kind of is tucked in the belly.
Think about that, guys.
And that's the stuff that really drives a lot of inflammation and oxidative stress that leads to chronic disease. So that's really sort of the trigger for disease. I mean, in a lot of cases, it really, really is. And the thing is, this isn't just for like visibly like obese people. You can be relatively skinny
Right. It's like
and
a
it, and
term
then
they can say like skinny fat.
sarcopenia,
Yeah.
kind of like so. You still have this nasty fat around your organs, and you outwardly don't look that overweight, but you don't have a lot of lean muscle mass either. So
Right.
you're still metabolically just as unhealthy. And now that's not going to happen in one holiday party, right?
Sure.
But the whole point of this is that if you adopt this, and that's why I love it, it's practical. If you adopt this and incorporate this into a daily routine, you will see effectively, you'll see the strategy work over weeks, months, and then it becomes a routine, and then it becomes lifestyle, and then you do it long term. And I'm telling you, game changer,
Yeah.
total game
For
changer.
sure.
All right,
I've seen lots of great
questions.
comments. Some people excited to give lean a try before going to the holiday party and see how that works. A good talk about our flavors of or the tastes, are should I say, of our protein powders. These protein powders taste great,
They
not
taste
like
great.
chalk.
Yeah,
That's
and
what's
it's
not-
surprising because they're hard to do when you're using this few ingredients, natural ingredients.
Yes.
Um, there's a lot of things you guys can incorporate into this program too. Whether you're using the collagen peptides, whether you're using the essential aminos between meals.
Sorry.
The fiber will gel up. No, it thickens, of course. It does become more viscous, but certainly it can, obviously, once you mix it, you should consume it. You don't have to chug it, right? Consume it slowly.
It does have a nice flavor.
I love it. I think it's great. I say the same thing about collagen peptides. They're not flavored and they taste amazing.
Nice.
Hey, Ruth. Ruth loves the organic fiber, says it does keep her feeling full and she drinks it every day, especially during a Live Good Zoom. So that's great, Ruth.
Nice.
Thank you for tuning in. Love to see you here. And so there's a lot of questions and comments that are, let's see. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, guys, I think you guys get the point, right?
Right. I was
We're
going to
not
say, I
trying to
think this
be
is something
the same way a lot of like people say, well, avoidance and don't eat and
Right.
and I'm like, I don't want to
Enjoy,
say those things
get busy
'cause that's
living.
not exactly.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys enjoy your holidays, enjoy your time with your family and friends, and remember when your appetite is steady, choices become easy.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. Like you want to eliminate the pain of it all.
And
Make it easy for yourself.
we're not going to go over them, but if you Google healthy eating tips, the relationship with food, the way you approach food during the holidays can matter a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like typically chew slower,
Oh,
put
yes,
your
yes.
utensils down,
Drink
take
water.
pauses,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But
Yeah.
if you try some of those tactics, if you're tempted to eat a large meal and whatever, and you just want to be a little bit more conscious about it, there are some strategies that you can look up online.
Yeah. And if
and
you feel
see.
stressed during this time, guys, don't forget your magnesium
Oh, good point.
or CBD
Good point.
or combination.
Magnesium, for sure.
Yeah, we have something
For
to
sure.
help with everything to make life a lot more comfortable, easier, successful, all the above.
Appreciate everybody tuning in today. And if
Yes.
you're watching this on a recording, thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any questions by sending us an email. And for those that are celebrating Thanksgiving or any holiday,
Happy Thanksgiving.
happy holidays. Yeah. Thanksgiving.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye bye.